Exciting times, Scorpio. This is your June reading. I'm choosing you an oracle card, but also, can you help me with this? This crystal kind of gave me vibes about your reading and said, pick me. I need to go on the table. Okay, so let me just show it you in a bit more detail, because I don't really know a whole lot about crystals. I have them. You can see I've got some in the corner. I use them intuitively, but they don't normally call out to me as much as this one did. Okay, so if any of you can tell me in the comments what that is, it's with you today on the table, and we will go back to that in a second. Okay, I'm using a very, very, very Scorpionic deck, which I have acquired recently. It was difficult to acquire, and I did have Scorpio in mind when I acquired it. Okay, I know, I'm very excited. So you're going to get to have that deck, that card. Did you get that last time? This is your June reading, June 2025. 2 oracle cards for you. You get a tidy house, clarity and organisation. I've never met a messy Scorpio, but let me know if you buck that trend. Okay. And you get perfect storm, the courage to step into life. Scorpios normally have courage, but there may be some doubt about something. Let's see. I'm going to pull some of these lovely, 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 lovely cards. They're so Scorpionic. So I am using a deck called, it's even got a Scorpionic front bit actually, as the actress said to the bishop. The Bohemian Gothic Tarot. That's the front. Or is that the back? I think that's the, whichever. And that's the other side. Nice. It's all Scorpionic in colour and tone and everything else. Look at the back. Okay, what do we need to know for Scorpio coming into June? Kind of halfway through the year. Can you believe it? I know, that both disturbs me and pleases me in equal measures. That one. Okay. Don't mind that at all. We get the 9 of Wands. There is something to protect, Scorpio. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why we're getting that message, but I am getting the word espionage, and I never really know what that means, but it has something to do with spies and skulking about a bit and hiding things and finding things out and discovery, I think. So 9 of Wands is where you build a castle wall, you build a font, you know, you build whatever it takes around you. Your clarity and organisation is going to help you, okay? But I kind of got this crystal, and I know it may not be the properties of protection, but I'm getting the properties of protection for you, okay? There's some feeling of needing to root something out. A bit like, and I'm now getting channeled when have you ever tried to get something like bindweed or Virginia creeper out of a garden? And you sort of locate, you go through taking it all away, and then you locate this one stump, which you cannot get that thing out for love nor money. You know, you're burning it, you're poking at it, you're digging it, whatever. You can't get it out for love nor money. It's something about where is the root? What is the root cause? What's the root of it? What's causing that? What's doing that? Okay. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is about being very patient, about finding out, and being patient about what it is that you're after, the root of what you're after, how you're moving through the universe, and what you're looking for, what you're needing, what you're wanting, what your modus operandi is. I get the feeling, and we don't know yet, that there is some resistance to this. Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is a very interesting card. It's always a blindfold. You can't see the way forward. And it's not because there isn't a way forward. But at the moment, I'll take that one as well. Oh, yes. At the moment, your way forward is blocked by something or someone. It's either blocked because you haven't answered a question. It's a bit like being in a scavenger hunt and you can't get to the next base or wherever it is, and you certainly can't get to the target place because you can't get this clue that you need in order to do that. Okay? I also get the Three of Swords. I was thinking this deck might be a really horrific Three of Swords, but honestly, I've seen worse. So when we come to the Three of Swords, there's a sense of triangulation. And I like it because obviously we had the two. And I like that there's a reckoning with the three. It's not pleasant, but it's a feeling of, what do they call it? The dialectic. I know, I'm glad I'm talking to Scorpios here. Bear with me here, okay? So with the dialectic, we have a thesis, which is something happening or an idea. The antithesis, which is the opposite of that, or the block. And then the synthesis, which is these two combined that make a new way forward. And it sort of snakes down. It's Hegel, and they call it the zeitgeist. Moving through history. So you have been stuck in a particular place, you've thought of a particular plan, and now your original thing and the thought of the plan are both mixing together to make a third episode. Okay? If you were streaming, you'd be on season 1, episode 3 now. And there it is. God, I should do like a streaming Netflix tarot or something. That'd be so cool. Can you imagine? You could do like Breaking Bad, you could do... Oh, yes. Anyhow, right. Okay. So if we look at these cards as a whole, and let's do that. Just going to pull them down a bit. I'm going to put the two oracle cards to the side, and we're going to work with those a bit throughout the reading, but also get these so that you can actually see them, because one, they're so just gorgeous, and two, you need to see them. I'm going to do a love reading underneath here in a minute as well. Okay, so let's, I'm going to put you over there. This is quite underground. It feels yin, it feels silent, it feels like it's happening at night. It's got that nocturnal feel about it, okay? Knight of Wands. I'm going to hold them up here instead. At last, there's a bit of fire and a bit of action. Now, for the past 6 months or so, the readings I've been doing for you, Scorpio, fire has been featuring. Okay, and it's your fire, and I've always considered Scorpio to be an honorary crossover between water and fire, because I'm a water sign and you don't really behave like we do. I'm a Pisces. You have more backbone than we have, and you have more fire, for sure. So let me know your thoughts about that in the comments. Oh yes. Queen of Wands. Okay, I get this now. Just show you the card. Queen of Wands. So, this is you in your full power. There is a reason for you not to be in your full power here. I don't know what that reason is yet, but I think being a Scorpio, you probably do. Most Scorpios are the first people to know where the bodies are buried in a situation. You know what's going on around you. You can read the room. You can read relationships. You can most often read people's motivations, why they're doing what they're doing and what they're doing and who they're doing it to, okay? You've kept all of these people are kind of on the edges. This person is guarding the castle. This person is under cover of the night and is moving almost in disguise and rather slowly. This person, nobody knows this person is there. It's night again, and this person is almost like she's dreaming, actually. And then this person is in prayer or meditation, and then at last we break into the daybreak and somebody comes out with action. And that somebody is you, okay? This situation calls for you to have complete clarity about yourself, to be organised about whatever your defence is, if this is a form of attack, or where you stand in a situation and where everybody else does too. Then you need to move forward with power as if you know you're going to win. And if you don't feel that way, external events might trigger a situation where you need to move forward like the Diva Queen, even if you don't feel confident. Because sometimes things don't happen on our timeline, and I feel like this is going to be one of these times. And you don't want to be caught without all your ducks in a row. Okay? You want to be ready, or at least you want to appear ready, even if you're not ready. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes fake it till you make it just really works. And sometimes, especially as a Scorpio, people can't read you that well anyway. But you can read them. So you do have the advantage. But also be careful. Get as prepared as you can now. Because when whatever this is kicks off, if that's the right word, you need to be ready. And you need to have done your research. I'm just going to get my love deck. And your homework. I feel like you will be partially victorious. You're not just going to win hands down. You know, sometimes we want that and we can want that, but that isn't the way this is going to pan out. But you're going to gain, it's a bit like when there's a battle. You're going to gain significant territories, okay? You're not going to do the whole thing. It's like, that's the battle, but you haven't won the war. So you're going to win the battle, but you haven't yet won the war, because the war takes ages. But also with that Knight of Pentacles, just remember that patience is going to be key. And it is going to test you. But you are probably, I'd say, the most patient sign of the zodiac. I'm going to say that. What do you think? I think so. Okay, but you sometimes pay for that patience. This is one of those times, but it's worth it. Let's have some love cards. What do we need to know about Scorpio, relationships and love? If this resonates, there will be an extended reading, as there is every month. And that is an extended love reading. So we take all the cards that are going to come out down here and we dig even further and we ask, what's going on the other side? How do they feel about you? Those channeled messages. Okay, that will be the first link in the description box. Ooh. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Okay. 7 of Wands. Well, we get a battle card, which felt weird when I was trying to get it off the bottom of the deck. You may be in some kind of, it can be a standoff. So it doesn't necessarily have to be out and out kind of war. Because as we've already said, you're in the battle here. You're not winning the war. You shouldn't even really be thinking about the overall. But this is like, it's Mars in Leo. Mars is one of your rulers, isn't it? Isn't it Mars and Pluto that rule Scorpio? Let me know in the comments. I can never ever remember it and I don't know why. Or maybe I can. This card is, do you remember I said you needed to be prepared? This card tells you how prepared you are. Because this is literally whether you stand your ground or give up the territory. Do you remember here we were talking about gaining territory, losing territory? It shouldn't, I'm getting a message, it shouldn't be this way. You know, it shouldn't take this, but sometimes it does, as you know better than anyone else. Oh, hang on, we got flying cards and they've landed sort of on the other side of the room. I'm going to be very interested to know what these are. Make sure they don't go under the floor. Always interesting. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The Queen of Wands. That is you. 2 Queen of Wands. By God, that's good. There's kind of no getting past you if you've got 2 Queen of Wands going on. Let's just put those up there. Put those over there. Okay. Also, I would say with this crystal coming into things, there is a sense in which you have some element of protection that the other person or people or scenario don't have or really know about, which is nice. It could just be a quiet confidence. It could be that there is something, I'm getting like, you know, in the Iliad, when some of the Greek gods, like Athena, she'll come down and she'll help one of the people on the battlefield, like Patroclus or Achilles or someone. She'll help them. And nobody will know, none of the humans will know. I'm kind of getting that you have that sort of spiritual support, which is very nice. You also get temperance. This is also great. But it's also a warning to you, Scorpio. Now, you know, and I know, because I know a lot of Scorpios, you can, like, defense is your middle name. You know how to defend. You do. You're good at it. You can read the room. You can read the battleground before other people, which does put you at an advantage, but also you don't go overboard, even if you may be feeling such a lot of feelings about the need to right the wrong or to correct something or whatever it is you're feeling. It's strong, but at the same time, don't give in to completely to it. It's like with the 9 of Wands that we have here. It's good to protect the castle, but you can't protect the castle if you never go to sleep. Channel message. You got some interesting stuff going on here. Then we get the 9 of Pentacles, Venus in Virgo, the card of independence. Whatever is happening in your love life, you are needing to rise up. You are needing to be whole. You are needing to know yourself. You are needing to be independent of the other person. Even if you already are independent of the other person, it's like a check and a balance. Are you really 100% there for yourself first? Because also, well, let's take a few more cards. I do like that. Wheel of Fortune, you're making your own luck in love. Okay, you're making your own luck. This is wonderful, but can also be quite savage sometimes. Wheel of Fortune is not just, you know, giggles and unicorns. It's not just good fortune, it's fortune. And as Scorpios well know, Fortune can be one way, you know, there's shadow and there's light in fortune. And you're kind of working with shadow and light, both in your general life and in your relationships. This could be with your best friends, it could be with your family, it can be with your significant others. There's shadow, there's light, and there's destiny. You're definitely at a turning point. Now, for each of you, that turning point will be different, but you're at a turning point. Yeah. Another 9 of Wands, which is the same as this one here. Protect what you need to protect, but also you need to, at the same time, have an open heart. That's quite difficult to achieve, isn't it? To be vulnerable, to be loving, to be open, but also to be very protective of yourself. You may also be feeling very protective about somebody else, which is very normal for a Scorpio. I had a Scorpio friend step in for me once. Oh my God, I never knew she was going to do it either. And it was in an argument with one of those where you've got your kids playing, always the bitterest of arguments, aren't they? Got kids playing and one kid is mean to the other kid. And of course it was my kid that had been mean to the other kid. And the mum took massive umbrage, more than was needed, you know. We could sort it out. They're nice kids, all of them. We could sort it out. But this mum, God, she kind of tried to tear me a new one. And then from my Scorpio friend is here. And she just like, she rises up. She's like, I don't know what she was like, but it was scary. And she literally, she was the one who tore this woman a new one. And that none of us were arguing with her. She was just like, and that's it. So when a Scorpio is a ride or die. Not for many people. You know, most people, fight your own battles. But when a Scorpio is your person, they are ride or die. So you're ride or die for somebody here. This could be in your love life. It could be in your relationships with your child, family, whatever. But also at the same time, there is a parallel situation where you need to be ride or die for yourself. It may have nothing to do with the being ride or die for somebody else. Okay? Oof. The Devil. More fire. Sensuality. Physical attraction. Your Achilles heel. Your nemesis. This is interesting, Scorpio. I want to take a couple more cards here. An extended reading, I'm going to use more of this deck at the top. And I'm going to do a bit of shadow work. I'm feeling light and shade big time. I like that you got that though. 6 of Pentacles. Again, 6 of Pentacles, reciprocity, giving and receiving. You're changing the balance of who gives and who receives. It almost feels like fighting a foe for some reason. Now, this is also for some of you in your love life. The balance of, I don't want to say power because it's not really. The balance of generosity, maybe. Oh, I love that. The Sun. Scorpio, you're coming into your own here. It's not pretty. You're not being nice. You shouldn't be nice, but you're not being nasty. You're sticking up for yourself. You're sticking up for you and yours. You may also be fighting for the relationship. It's honourable. I like that you're coming up as the Queen of Wands twice. Your defences are good, but they don't need to be too pointy or too high. You need good boundaries, but not so much that no one could get in. And we are coming to a point of destiny, and you've sensed this already. And you're right. It's like switching polarities as to who gives and who receives. And I'm seeing the Sun as some triumph. Okay, in the extended reading, I'm going to really dig about the other person, for those of you where there's a specific other person or a specific situation, because I feel like there's an absence of somebody being present here, and I want to know why, what they're doing and where they are. So I'm going to dig into that a lot, and also motives and what we might not be seeing really deep down, and a bit of shadow work as well. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to go and do that now. So if you want to join me there, it's the first link in the description box. You just click on that. And I'll see you on the other side. Very interesting, Scorpio, but isn't it always? Namaste.